All right, Shalom Israel. A quick video giving all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Kadash. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle, elder bishops, great millstone. Much salutation to the brothers teaching word for the hopeful elect, soon to be elect, most high will, to the hopeful extended elect, Shalom blessings. Men, women, and children to the, and we always say, in the name of the Holy Spirit, we continue to exalt those names, Yahweh. He is the be, Yahweh Shai, he that delivers. And it's going to be a quick one. And the Apostle Tar made a pass down basically a PSA. And, subscribe to all the Apostle, Elder, Bishops videos and be greatly edified, of course. We ain't effing with GMS affiliates no more, so go watch the video. And what is the mark, GMS truth. So yeah, we approaching the darkest days, man. And I got a couple of pictures to show how they implement this stuff in plain sight. Let me go to a scripture. Come out of that picture. Where is it? Man? So where I work and a lot of other places, like everywhere, even with these robotics, this technology. Here's one picture. And you see the monster drink with the, that's the Hebrew letters for 666, and they showing you right here, right next to the Hebrew letters 666. And a Jewish woman told me, she was like that. I showed her, and she was like, "No, that's not what that is." So they'll put a monster drink with the actual, logo, the monster caption to make you think it's like a beast claws, but it's really 666 Hebrew uh, numeric characters, and that's these small hats doing this. So anytime you see GGG 666, anytime it might be even 555, maybe three of anything, but and there's another one at the same store on display too. This is a display setup. It says uh, Bad Apple, and it has that same Hebrew characters, numeric characters, and then it has so-called Eve eating an apple, but we know Eve is the mother of us all. We know she was a so-called black woman, and the representation of black women even today as she went off in the garden. So, and then it says monster right under her. So they are the true monsters, man. You know, that juice that they serve is these philosophies, religion, freedom of speech, free spirit, do as thou will. That's that juice, along with everything that's connected with it, like these holidays that's passing, that just passed, coming up. You know, so and we told you, man, the dark times are approaching. We're in the times of the end of the world, so things are going to start happening. Uh, Pastor Hart also coined this year the year of apostasies, um, agents, and sellouts, and that's what they do. They approach Jake with that, and they tend to water down the truth, take the truth off the internet, take the prophets off the streets. That's what they want. Their whole agenda, because they don't want the truth to go out, and they know it has a heavy it could have a heavy influence, but to the it's not for everybody. It's not for even the 2/3 of our people. It's for the elect. So whatever they do, but they'll still try on a worldwide basis, worldwide agenda, still try to water it down and flood the truth out of the earth, which basically is going to be the opposite. Most High is going to flood this earth with the truth. Um, and if you read the Bible, you know there's an elite people in the Bible. In the Apocrypha, that is part of the Bible. You go to 1611, you'll find it in there that these are powerful men that have power over the earth. It talks about, Lucifer. They're the left hand side, Lucifer, the light on the left, which is, the light bearer on the left. So they playing the evil Lucifer, which it says the light of the wicked shall be put out. So all their agenda, and they clearly show you on the dollar bill. It's an old breakdown, it's an old mentioning, but it still shows significance to what we talk about, the end of the world, the MOTB. I mean, leading into the MOTB. Before I talk too much, let me see. Every one of their heart is deep, King James Version. Every one of their heart is deep, King James Version. It says Psalm 64:6. It says they search out in iniquities. Let me go before that. Yep. Yep. Psalms 64, and I might as well start at 1. The chief musician, a psalm of David. Hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy, which is the so-called white man. And it's been that way for years, ever since Esau was born. The opposite of Jacob, the enemy of Israel. Edom is mentioned in Psalms. Esau is mentioned in Old Testament, New Testament as Jacob's enemy that the Most High didn't love. He pursued his brother Jacob, you know, after seeking his life after his father's death. It says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. And they got a summit that they go to. They got a secret meeting, secret council, Bohemian Grove, that type of thing. You can look these things up. Skull and Bones. If you look up their Skull and Bones, you'll see images of them at the round table. The elite at the round table discussing their plans and next agenda and all that. And it's always targeting Israel, our people. Mainly the elect, but they really play chess when it comes to elect, hopeful elect. They really play a different type of game that they play with the average Jake, because the elect is representing the Most High's his spirit, his name, his son's name, his prophecies. It says from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, and they got all kind of weapons in their hand. They the military might of today. And even though Russia's the second, like even if you talk about America, Russia's the second, but they still Edomites, a lot of them. Few Jakes through there. So they got the whole world pretty much controlling the narrative with mighty weapons. They got torturing devices. They got concentration camps. They got guillotines, private prisons, and they move in militia as a militia, different sects of militias to where they'll have a body of men with all weapons. Jake don't have that, So, um, like that movie Eli, when they were just rolling around looking for people to kidnap, looking for people to, to kill, to take food from, rob houses, rifle houses, you know, rolling with tanks, robbing, taking over hostages, a hostage situation with helicopters, planes, because a lot of those people that have been in the military, they're gonna become like a common man being out of the military, but they still have that knowledge of when they were in the military. They're gonna use that knowledge. It even says in the scriptures, knowledge shall increase. It says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Yeah, they're the workers of iniquity, man. It says, who wet their tongue like a sword, and it said his words are smooth than butter, but war was in his heart, softer than oil, yet were drawing swords, man. So even when they come up with out with these draconian laws, example of a draconian law, I thought about it too. It could be many things, but let's say they say if you uh, kill a dog, if you run over a dog, that's like that's like uh, murdering a human. They can put that into law. You know, uh, so things like that seem absurd or crazy than a common law that the average citizen is used to. So you'd be like, damn, man, or you have to have all your essentials when you get stopped. You have to have everything. You know, uh, when you get stopped by the police, if you miss one of those, if you have not one of those things, you're gonna be taken to jail. And sometimes they can even put in law to where if anybody gets stopped for any reason, to where they trouble, they could get immediately taken to jail. Ain't no ticket thing. It's just you going to jail, and then there's a court situation set up. So that type of thing where it's different from what people are used to, and it's they could be absurd or crazy to people. Like, damn, what they doing? What they doing that? Uh, yeah, having too many. They already do that. It's already against the law. I think they have it in law, but they don't really push that. But they could say, well, if you have more than 2 weeks of groceries in your house, if we find out that you're buying more items than you should per person, per house, whatever, or anybody that's living with each other, the rent needs to be applied as such. They could just do that shit, man. You know, and then the people complain, but they're gonna gradually do it so people won't complain. They'll get when people get used to stuff, they'll just yeah, all right, gas is okay. Like now they got used to paying gas. Now $5 ain't bad. I just go ahead and pay it. But it used to be like $2. It used to be $1. You know, and some change. It says, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. They that they may shoot secret at the perfect, which is the Israelites with the elect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see us? Basically, who shall see them? Because our power is invisible, but he shows his power through the earth, through men, through the power of what men have, through the elements and all that. But they don't give him the praise for that. They'll just call it Mother Nature, or yeah, universe collide. Is conflicting with another universe. Some science BS, some pseudoscience BS. But you know, so they they try to take advantage of the poor, of the people that have not. It says they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. And like I said, I wanted to make this quick, but we all know the dark days that's ahead. The dark days that's going on. They got the dark web. Um, they got on YouTube, TikTok. It's crazy. People bugging out, losing their mind, killing each other. Killing old, beating up old women and men that can't help themselves. Uh, you know, um, eating all the kind of abominable foods, disobedient to parents. It says that backstabbers, backbiters, you know, all kind of madness and wickedness. The churches are wicked. What they're doing underground. Their hidden agenda, which is now really revealed, and is being revealed through us, not only us, but through just things are seen on the earth. The Most High said that the invisible things are clearly seen by the things that are made, so they will have no excuse. Paraphrasing briefly, you know, paraphrasing on that. You know, brother betraying brother, father against son, mother. You got fathers shooting at sons and sons shooting at fathers. You got daughters threatening to kill their mother and vice versa. So yeah, it's a bitter ass world that we live in, and Jake is really waking up in waking up, finding out that how dark this place is. Organ harvesting. Um, you got human meat sold in restaurants. You got what's that other one? You got Food Drug Administration, which they're poisoning the food. Artificial intelligence, where you can actually pretty much it imitates real life, and you can pretty much blame somebody for something that they didn't do by displaying them into AI. You know, uh, what else? The other one I was thinking about, human sacrifice. You know, the Hollywood pyramid thing, all that Epstein, Diddy stuff, all that madness, that sodomy, that all that. That's why I mean, the Most High got. He's gonna burn this place, man. This place is set for judgment, and we always tell you that. And that's in the scripture. So, yeah, it's dark days, but it's gonna be. We're the children of light. It's gonna pretty much soon be the lights out for this devil, and we're gonna rejoice in righteousness in the light of joy, in the light of Yahweh Shai, his son. And basically, those that's claiming Yahweh Shai are basically the ones that's going to war with the beast, on a spiritual war level. So his name can't be Jesus. Those people that claim Jesus, they're not warriors for the truth. They talking about, they sit down at their pews in their churches and online and all that, talking about, yeah, we're a Christian Warrior Foundation. They're not speaking against this evil, wicked world. They're not speaking against the system, against the Illuminati. They're not speaking against, uh, sodomy, the worship of other gods. That's how you know that, like Apostle coined it, like the false prophets, man, agents paid off, uh, hirelings and all that. So yeah, that's what's gonna make it dark too, because now that people are finding out things are going on and everything's being revealed, hey, they saying like, fuck it, we gonna go all out. We just gonna be the devils that y'all know us to be, you know. And it kind of started with, I mean, the height of, I mean, that personality. It was good. Trump played a good introduction to that as a president. You know, he came in wild, man. Nero all over again. Rome all over again. The last leg of Rome, the last captivity. It's going to be a rumble in the jungle. It's going to be a conflict of interest. It's going to be ruffling feathers, man, on a hardcore level. So that's why we hopefully tend to keep our faith, endure to the end. Same that shall be saved. It says endure hardness because of these dark days, dark times. The faith has to be exercised because of these dark things we're going to face. And these dark days coming up, even getting darker, getting darker, man. So, yeah, hopefully it was edifying. To the next video, I'm going to be trying to go live, like, in the next couple of days because something's faulty with the internet. We're going to fix it. But I just made a little short video. And, yeah, PSA, pass that down, GMS has no more affiliates, and Apostle explained more in the video, of course. Um, but yeah, it's going down in the B town, the Babylonian town, which is America's spiritual Sodom and Egypt, modern day Babylon, last leg of Rome, you know, and we're going to experience light afflictions as the apostles uh, experienced in their day, because basically we're coming back all over again in this last state. The same prophets. It says a spirit of prophets subject to the prophets. I think I'm reading it right. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see what this devil has in his dark chambers that he's gonna let out. And remember, we are fighting a beast. Remember, we are the fighting to keep our strength, to keep our crown in these last days. Even when they come out with the MOTB, which is the C-HEP, you know, a little device that people don't think that it makes a big deal, but where this world has almost completely transformed into a cyber world, a digital world, and it shows every day. So Jake gonna find out the hard way. Anyway, hope it is edifying to the next video. Shalom. Blessings.